She screamed, "You're a worthless loser," during an argument in front of her friends. I said, "You know what? You're right." Then I quit being her loser. What her friends told her after I left the party. Original post: I, 36 male, am sitting in my new apartment, boxes everywhere, feeling oddly peaceful. 3 weeks ago, my girlfriend Natalie, 34, humiliated me in front of 30 people at her birthday party. Now she's scrambling to salvage what's left of her life while I'm rebuilding mine from scratch. We'd been together 4 years, living together for 2. I worked as an HVAC technician, not glamorous, but solid pay, honest work. She was in marketing for a cosmetics company, always talking about brand image and networking opportunities. The party was at our place. Well, technically my place since I paid the rent, but whatever. Her work friends, college friends, some influencer types she was trying to impress. I'd spent the whole day setting up, decorations, catering, bartender, the works. Dropped about $3 on her intimate gathering. Everything was fine until around 10 p.m. I was in the kitchen getting more ice when I heard her friend Megan ask about vacation plans. "Natalie, oh, we're not going anywhere. Brian can't afford it right now." I walked out. "Actually, I suggested camping at the state park. You said you wanted Cabo." She rolled her eyes. "Camping? Seriously? That's your idea of a vacation?" Her friends giggled. I should have walked away. "It's what we can afford if you want to keep your BMW lease," I said. That's when she snapped. Wine glass in hand, designer dress surrounded by her audience. "God, you're such a worthless loser. Look at you. You fix air conditioners for a living. Do you know how embarrassing it is when people ask what my boyfriend does? These people have real careers. Megan's dating a surgeon. Kelly's husband owns 3 restaurants. And I have to admit I'm dating a glorified maintenance man." The room went silent. 30 pairs of eyes on me. She kept going. "4 years, Brian. 4 years I've waited for you to do something with your life. But no, you're content being mediocre, playing video games, drinking beer with your loser friends, zero ambition. You're dragging me down." I stood there feeling something inside me just break. Not like heartbreak, more like chains snapping. "You know what?" I said quietly. "You're absolutely right." She blinked, surprised. "What?" "You're right. I am a worthless loser. To you." I walked to the bedroom, grabbed my phone, wallet, and keys. "Where are you going?" she called after me. "To stop being your loser." I left. Behind me I heard her yell, "Don't be dramatic. Brian, Brian." I didn't look back. Update 1. Spent that night at my buddy Trevor's place. He didn't ask questions, just handed me a beer and set up the couch. Woke up Sunday morning to 62 missed calls and a tsunami of texts from Natalie. "Baby, come home. I was drunk. I didn't mean it. We need to talk. This is stupid. You're overreacting. Answer your phone. You can't just leave me." Then the narrative shifted. "You abandoned me at my own party. You humiliated me. Everyone thinks you're abusive now. My friends are worried. You need help." I texted back once. "You're right. I was a worthless loser. I'm working on that. Your stuff will be packed by Friday. Get it by Sunday or it goes to Goodwill." She called immediately. I didn't answer. Monday morning, I did something I'd been thinking about for 2 years. Applied for the business license I'd been too scared to get. See, Natalie always said starting my own HVAC company was too risky and not the right time. What she meant was it wasn't impressive enough for her Instagram. By Wednesday, I had filed for LLC, set up business banking, designed basic logo and cards, called 10 old clients who'd asked if I did side work. Thursday, Natalie showed up at Trevor's. "We need to talk." "No, we don't." "Brian, please, I'm sorry, I was showing off. You know how those people are." "Yeah, I do now." She tried tears. 4 years, you're throwing away 4 years over one bad night?" "No, I'm walking away from 4 years of you being ashamed of me." "I wasn't ashamed, I just wanted more for us." "For you. You wanted more for you." She switched tactics. "Fine, but you can't kick me out. I have rights." "What rights? Your name isn't on the lease." "I've lived there 2 years. As my guest, legally you have no claim." I checked. Her face went red. "You can't be serious." "Your stuff's in boxes by the door. Brittany has the key." Brittany was our neighbor. "Where am I supposed to go?" "I hear Megan's surgeon boyfriend has a nice place." Update 2. That weekend was interesting. Natalie brought reinforcements. Her mom Diane, her sister Ashley, and 3 friends including the infamous Megan. They came Saturday afternoon, presumably to collect her things and stage an intervention. Diane knocked. I answered. Brian, this is ridiculous. Couples fight. You don't end a relationship over one argument. It wasn't an argument. It was her showing me who she really is. Ashley jumped in. She was drunk. People say things they don't mean. Drunk words are sober thoughts. Megan, the surgeon's girlfriend, decided to chime in. You're being really immature about this. Natalie deserves better. I actually laughed. You're right again. She does deserve better than a worthless loser, so I'm giving her the opportunity to find it. They collected the boxes while Natalie supervised, making sure to mention everything I'd stolen from her. That's my coffee maker. That you bought with my credit card? Sure, take it. The TV is mine. Here's the receipt from Best Buy. My name, my card. Nice try. She got desperate. Half this furniture is mine. You mean the furniture I bought before we met? Interesting legal theory. As they were leaving, she played her last card. I'm pregnant. Everyone froze. Even her mom looked shocked. No, you're not, I said calmly. How would you know? Because you had your period last week, unless you're claiming immaculate conception? Her friends exchanged glances. She'd been caught in a lie. Also, I continued, you might want to check your math. You were at that work conference in Miami 3 weeks ago, remember? Her face went white. Yeah, I knew about Miami. And who she'd shared a room with. Update 3 Monday morning, the real games began. I got a call from my boss at the HVAC company. Brian, I just got a disturbing email about you. Some allegations of theft? My stomach dropped. What? Someone claiming to be a concerned citizen says you've been stealing equipment and selling it on the side. That's completely false. I know. I checked inventory myself. Everything's accounted for. Just wanted you to know someone's trying to cause trouble. Then came the online assault. Natalie posted on every platform. After 4 years, he abandons me out of nowhere. No explanation. No conversation. Just throws me out of my home. Ladies, this is what happens when you date down. They resent your success and punish you for their inadequacy. The comments were split. Half supported her, half smelled BS. But then something beautiful happened. Remember those 30 people at the party? Turns out 5 of them had filmed her tirade. By Tuesday, the videos were circulating. There was Natalie, wine-drunk and vicious, calling me a worthless loser while I stood there quietly. Then me, calmly saying she was right and leaving with dignity. The narrative flipped instantly. Her friend Qley, restaurant owner's wife, commented, Natalie, we all saw what happened. This is gaslighting. Another party guest, you humiliated him in front of everyone. He handled it with class. Best comment came from someone named Derek. Imagine being called worthless by someone who drives a leased BMW she can't afford while living rent-free in his apartment. The audacity. Natalie deleted the posts, but screenshots were already spreading. Update 4. 2 weeks after the party, things escalated in ways I didn't expect. First, the apartment. Natalie tried to break in Tuesday night. The locks had been changed, legally, after she vacated, but she tried her old key repeatedly, then started pounding on the door. I know you're in there. This is my home too. I called the cops, showed them the lease, my name only, proof she'd moved out, texts admitting she took her stuff, and her current address, her mom's. They asked her to leave. She made a scene. They threatened arrest. She left. Wednesday, I get a letter from a lawyer. She's demanding $15,000 for unlawful eviction, $8,000 for emotional distress, half the value of everything in the apartment, 2 years of retroactive rent credit for the rent she didn't pay. My lawyer, Trevor's cousin, did it for beer money, laughed his ass off. She has literally no case. She was a guest. She paid no rent. She has no claim to anything. This is desperation. He sent back a single-page response. My client declines your demands. Any further contact should be directed through counsel. P.S. We have video evidence of your client's verbal abuse and defamation. Thursday, Natalie's company called me. HR wanted to know if I'd be willing to discuss an incident involving one of their employees. Turns out, those party videos had made it to her workplace. Her boss saw her drunk, belligerent, and classist, talking about networking at what was clearly a party I'd paid for, while she berated me for being working class. Not a good look for someone in marketing who's supposed to represent their inclusive, empowering cosmetics brand. I told HR I had no comment, but wouldn't object if they wanted copies of the videos for their records. They thanked me professionally. Friday, she showed up at my work. "You got me fired." "No, you got yourself fired." Those were private videos. From a party with 30 people, that's not private, that's public humiliation. She was crying now. Actual tears, not manipulation tears. "Brian, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I screwed up everything. I lost my job, my apartment, my car." "Your car? I can't afford the lease without you." I felt bad for a second, then remembered her words, "Worthless loser." Sounds like a you problem. Update 5. 3 weeks after the party, my life versus her life. Me, started my own HVAC business, BT Climate Control. The BT stands for better than, but only Trevor knows that. Already had 4 clients from word of mouth. Kept the apartment, redecorated without her live laugh love garbage. Sleeping better than I had in years. Lost 10 pounds from not eating her toxic fancy dinners. Her, via the gossip network. Fired from cosmetics company for conduct unbecoming. BMW repossessed, living with her mom, trying to become an influencer. Her Instagram has 847 followers. Posted a tearful apology video that got roasted in the comments. Then came the plot twist. Her friend Megan, the one dating the surgeon, she DM'd me. "Hey Brian, you probably hate me, but I wanted to say something. After you left that night, we all talked. Natalie spent 2 hours trashing you, but the more she talked, the more we realized you were the one keeping her afloat. She admitted you paid for everything while she spent her salary on clothes and trips. We called her out. She got defensive and nasty with us too. Called me a gold-digging nurse when I'm actually a pediatric resident. Called Kelly's husband's restaurants overpriced trash. She showed her true colors. You dodged a bullet." I replied, "Thanks for letting me know." She responded, "Also, my boyfriend's practice needs a new HVAC system installed. Interested?" That job alone would cover 3 months of expenses. Update 6. Last week, 1 month after the party, everything came to a head. Natalie had been spiraling on social media. Posted old couple photos with captions like, "Remember when you promised forever?" and "A real man doesn't abandon his family." Family? We didn't have kids, unless she counted her purse collection. Tuesday, I get a call from an unknown number. "Is this Brian?" "Who's asking?" "This is James from Miami. The conference guy, the one she'd shared a room with. I'm listening." "Look, man, I just wanted you to know, nothing happened in Miami." "Okay? No, I mean, she wanted something to happen. She was all over me. Told me you two were basically done, that you were financially abusive, controlling. But when I Googled you to make sure you weren't some psycho who'd come after me, I found her Instagram. You two looked happy. I don't mess with taken women. She got pissed when I rejected her. That's why she was so mean at her party. She was taking it out on you." "Why are you telling me this now?" "Because she's been calling my company trying to get me fired, claiming I harassed her in Miami. My boss knows it's BS, but I wanted you to know what kind of person she is." "I know exactly what kind of person she is." Wednesday, Natalie sent one last desperate text from her sister's phone. "Brian, you hate me, but I need help. Mom's kicking me out. I have nowhere to go. No job, no car, no money. Please, I'll do anything. I'll sign whatever you want. I'll go to therapy. I'll apologize publicly. I'll tell everyone the truth. Just please don't let me end up homeless." I sat on that text for an hour. 4 years together. Some good times buried under all the bad. Part of me felt guilty. Then I remembered, "You're such a worthless loser." I responded, "I hear McDonald's is hiring. They don't care about your boyfriend's job title." She sent back, "You're cruel." "No, I'm just no longer your worthless loser. Good luck, Natalie." Blocked. Final update. It's been 2 months since the party. Time for the final update. Got a call from Diane, Natalie's mom, last week. "Brian, I owe you an apology. Wasn't expecting that." Natalie finally told me the truth about the party, about Miami, about how you paid for everything while she saved her money and spent it on herself. I raised her better than this, or thought I did. It is what it is, Diane. I kicked her out. She's staying with some friend from high school, working at a Mac counter at the mall, still acting like the victim, even though everyone's seen those videos. Why are you telling me this? Because you're a good man. You deserved better, and I wanted you to know that her own mother sees that now. I thanked her and hung up. Felt like closure. My business? Thriving. That surgeon's practice job led to 3 more medical buildings. Turns out being a worthless loser who actually shows up and does quality work beats having a fancy title any day. Last weekend I ran into Qley and her husband at a restaurant. They invited me to join them. Heard about your business taking off, the husband said. Respect. Starting from scratch takes balls. Qley added, we all knew Natalie was high maintenance, but we didn't know she was that cruel. You handled it perfectly. Just did what she told me to do, I said. Stopped being her loser. They laughed. We actually became friends. Funny how that works. The ultimate irony? Natalie's still posting motivational quotes about knowing your worth and not settling for less while working retail and living on someone's couch. Her Instagram bio says marketing professional and lifestyle influencer. Her last sponsored post was for a teeth whitening scam that got her account flagged. Me? I just bought a truck for the business. Cash. Hired my first employee, a kid right out of trade school who reminds me of myself before I let someone convince me I wasn't enough. Saw Natalie at a gas station yesterday. She was driving a 2003 Honda Civic with a cracked windshield. She saw me, started to approach, then saw the logo on my truck. BT Climate Control. We fix what's broken. She turned around and left without saying a word. Trevor asked if I regret any of it. Regret what? I said. She was right. I was a worthless loser. Worth less to her than image. Losing her respect because I didn't have a fancy title. But she was wrong about one thing. I did have ambition, just not the kind she could brag about on Instagram. So you're good? Better than good. I'm worth exactly what I always was, a hardworking guy who pays his bills and treats people with respect. Turns out that's worth more than she thought. Got a text from an unknown number this morning. Heard you're doing well. I'm happy for you. I know you'll never forgive me, but I wanted you to know I learned my lesson. And I didn't reply. Some lessons you have to learn alone. Besides, I have a business to run. Can't waste time on people who already told me exactly what they think I'm worth. The end.